Probably. Our poetess featuring is Maryam.
Yeah.
And she is an Iranian-American poet residing in Los Angeles. And Maryam uses poetry as a medium of accelerated self-integration, expression, and embrace of vulnerabilities that allow transformation. Her poetry narrates her healing journey and her reflections for such a need on a larger scale socially, politically, and spiritually. So please join me in welcoming Miss Maryam. Thank you.
I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you, everybody, for coming. So if you would kindly just hold your applause to the end so we can just stay more connected and I can get more pieces in. Oh, and I have a CD as well. And after I share a bunch of my poems and recitation, I'll be singing my first poem to you. So.
Oh, great. Should I close the door?
It does. That'll be great, man.
Yeah.
It's
Just a soft voice.
Allow. Let us plant a seed and see what happens. Let's allow the soil to penetrate, trust and soak up the water. Let us believe in sunshine. Let me be born anew. Let me plant this little seed outside the frames of limitation's box. Let us dream beyond the comforts of control, away from the bit of shame, and awake to the morning of light. Let me plant a seed. The soil is already there. Waters deep in my veins, a heart filled with the light of yearning. Let me open up my eyes, my nose, my ears, my hands. Open up my legs so that I may birth the moon. Will I birth the sacred flower? Will it be wrapped in morning dew? Will it come with wings? Let go the anesthesia. I want to feel the pain so that I will nurse it with love. Let it be natural. May the blood come through and the tears. Let me laugh and cry and moan and groan, growl and howl. Let me be and roam, pushing with pain towards the sun. It is already there. It is all ready. Knocking to open a way. There was a time when woman was sacred, when the vessel of life, when nature and its womb were sacred, offering the very connection to the deeper state. There was a time where consciousness was of highest value and the means of expansion most sought after. There was a time where the creative free flow of connection coming from the right brain was known as doorway. That was the view back when the circle was unbroken and whole. In the state of isolation, the doorway became an obstacle, an object of ridicule, and the systematic wiping of cultures that sought it with nature, creating the shadow of a drug culture without means. In the state of rejection, the other side of the doorway, the treasures that lay there to be guarded by a special few, putting in place an army of clowns and clans called religion. In this migration, woman was no longer sacred, neither the womb of creation, but his nature. In this migration, civilization's mark of progress was forced linear into the action of ruling over the beast of nature, creating mutations of genetic modifications of food, of DNA, manipulating the weather, and regarding herbal medicine as pathetic. The gestation of spirit in womb considered a nuisance, where mother is forced out of care, out of consciousness, and back into the greed of money production to serve the linear as soon as possible, discarding the timeline of natural birth, forced into the scheduled calendars of doctors performing the ritual of cesarean, all this to avoid such nuisance. And who we are cannot be wiped away. The promise of time lays as it may. The changing of seasons, eras of consciousness exploration and shadow. Well, my shadow wants to wait for a better day. Consciousness keeps knocking the door for me to open a way. Once again, once upon a time, the face of the devil was known, the slave master's grip, and each chain link of enslavement. Once upon a time, the bloodshed of heritage left more than a symbolic mark, wrapping hate around the fear of the unknown. Once upon a time, the motherland had a palpable pulse. Something was to pass along the lineage of slaves. A remnant dream, an upward fist, and the devil freedom. The devil's truth was then devoid of sophistication. The wind and air delivered the bitter truth, and sand-filled blood choked the cries of babies and rose battlefields. Once again, same old terrain, an evolved rehearsal where sedative-filled water and air obscured the devil's elusive shape-shifting mask, where the links of time tied down the hands and feet of men to the myth of pop culture and the nightmare of consumerism, where human souls are sold in their sleep, disposing inner gems to the rise of robots celebrating their so-called freedom, to intoxicate one's liver and indulge in the parade of subliminal garbage down square tubes, conveniently delivered just about anywhere. Let it be known that this race of beings, engineered or otherwise, has never made for good slaves. But the cries of the heart will rise, even in the insomniac's nightmare. The dulling the senses will not shut the gates, and once again, the devil will be known. Prodigy and masters, awake in this dream we call life. Awake. Awake to the accessibility of light and inspiration the prodigy boy Malik, emitting his knowingness through cello chords, through the pouring out of his heart at the tip of every fingertip, every concentrated pick and stroke, stepping in the truth he uttered, that when he becomes the music, there are no mistaken chords, no mistaken notes. Perception changes and there only isness, that is allowed to transmit to ears and hearts, to gift an exchange of vibration, meaning we are instruments in observation, emitting our beating hearts, emitting our thought waves and snowflake patterns, filling the picture ocean, filling and exchanging, filling and merging and emptying from false ideas, emptying from the holding on and hanging on to the overcoat of society, to the protection that is no longer ours, to the hologram's echo that is here to be seen, seen and acknowledged. Let us release these slaves, and we too be free now, free as the knowing of the meeting of the master's strings, being played by masters and prodigies who created these bodies out of visions and dreams, as masters craftsmen do cellos and strings. The home of stars. Don't be sober in this life. Erase the linear gridlock. The magic of origami is not in the folds. Don't be solemn about your heart. Let your mind read between the lines and accept that you're free. Lean not on the cane of the past. It is brittle, with 1,000 mistakes. The past has expired. Leave obsessions there and give birth to freshness with the twinkle of a child. I ask Spirit to take me up high and wrap my rose brush away such notions as you and I, and leave you and I in prayer. I ask Spirit to birth the sacred flower in my heart and unfold the petals of thee, so that I may open to the sky, that I may allow the freshness and the breeze saturate my pores, bubble in my thoughts, and burst the bottle of champagne as to overflow the celebration of dualities, contradictions, limitations. I ask my ego to bow to the humble house, free of frivolity and ignorance. As the sun shines, may it pierce my memory so far